What's up, what's going on, y'all? This is another episode of Aspects Land of a Changing Man. I am your host, Gold, and just bringing you another episode. If you want to get at me, remember mplsmikid@gmail.com, yahoo.com. Facebook is Gold Washington. Also, Aspects Land of a Changing Man is the other Facebook page, more directed towards this show. We also got MPLS MIKID when you go to Instagram and Twitter. Today, I really didn't, I've been doing a lot today, so really thinking about the show was something that I should have been doing, but I really didn't do. So I might be talking a lot of gibberish today, but just wanted to bring you another episode. Stay consistent, basically. Work on, actually doing what I need to do as far as consistent. Sorry, it's a little moving around at the moment, but today is going to be a topic about basically about just little things that we can do as a couple to basically stay to come together as a better couple. It's just little things that I think that would help out as far as expanding yourselves, expanding who you are as a person, and also expanding yourself as a group. So most of the examples that I'm going to give are just things that I think that would help as far as if you're wanting to actually get together in a relationship, and then to help change your image or yourself as far as how you see yourself, because a lot of problems come in a relationship with insecurities, self-doubt, and things like that really hurt one person's image of themselves and make them insecure as far as what the other person's doing, what the other person thinks of them, and mostly what they think of themselves. So a lot of people don't know how to express themselves about being in a relationship. It's they get scared when it comes to asking a partner, or depending on a partner when it comes to these type of situations. So I want to give examples that I found myself wanting to do, and tips that I've heard from everybody else about what you can do as a couple and as a person to change your image around you. The first thing that I want to say is probably the most important one on the list that I feel right now that people should actually do is to bring God into your relationship. I understand if you're atheist. I understand if you're basically not a believer of God in that sort. But I feel like He is the answer. He is the key. He is the light. He is the way, and He is the one that actually can help your relationship last. A lot of people go to church, and a lot of people, say they believe in God, but they don't bring God into their relationship. And he is for me, He's been confidence. He's been an answer. He's been the reason. I thank Him solely for everything that He's done for me. Even this, a lot of the knowledge that I get is not because of me, it's because of what He has granted me to know. And yes, I have asked Him for help in relationships, help in my relationships, and He didn't really show me in the relationships, but he showed me out of them. After I got out of them, he pointed me towards things, and he's brought people, my way to help me see the things that I needed to see. And every time I do depend on him, he makes a change that I needed. He's always on time. And he's taught me patience. He's definitely taught me patience, and that's one thing we gotta have with our relationship is patience, because we may be going through a hard time, and it may take just time to be able to fix a problem. It may take time to be able to forgive your partner, or them to forgive you for something that you may have said wrong or you may have done wrong. So I mean, and reading His Word, and praying to Him and talking to Him, it's definitely something. Sometimes when I talk to Him, I definitely get an answer that I want. And sometimes it's just me talking to Him and keep talking to where I actually get that problem. So I definitely feel like it's a lot of things that God could teach you as far as bringing Him into your relationship. Bringing, going to church and learning more, and having someone to actually, if you need to go talk to someone, you can definitely go talk to a pastor, or you know, some other person that's in the relationship, that's in the church, to help you to see what you need to see in a relationship, or get you some give you some advice, or help you see another way that you're probably not seeing. So I mean, I keep saying this: iron sharpens iron. So I mean, if you actually want to be in a relationship, you want to be around people that are in relationships to help you out. And God is a jealous God, and He wants us to love Him more than we love anybody. And it actually helps you to love something that you cannot see, to help you love something that you can actually see. So I feel like bringing God definitely into your relationship, into your life, will definitely help you to be able to, you fix problems, and be wiser in your relationships. Second type of advice that I feel like we should, we you can use as far as uh, moving on in a relationship is communication. Learning how to communicate with your partner a little bit better. We are not in the generation where men and women just have one role and that was it. We actually have people having different roles, people feeling a different type of way, and people being able to express themselves in the way that they want to, being able to move on if they want to, if they're not getting the things that they feel like they should be getting in a relationship. So you definitely want to be able to communicate with your partner and practice on that. Talk to them, or write it down and present it to them, to be able to let them hear, let them see how you're feeling. I think that a lot of people should get a day, or an hour, to where they express themselves and their partner cannot answer. Because the one thing that you want to do when somebody's telling you that, I like this or I don't like that, is being able to respond to it. And when you're not able to respond to it, you're able to actually think about what they're saying, instead of being able to respond, because we're in a responsive world. The one thing that you want to do when someone actually says something about you is respond back to them. So I think that it should be a time, it should be a like a week, like, hey, we should sit down and talk about this week. What do you think about this week? What did you like about me this week? What didn't you like about me this week? And here's what I liked about you this week, and here's what I didn't like about you this week. And then move it on to the month. This is what I liked that you did this month, and this is what I didn't like you did this month. And then move it on to the year. The more that you guys practice on communicating with each other, to where you actually have to listen to them. It makes it way better to be able to respond and respond to what they're doing, to be able to think, because you might not see something that they're seeing, and it may help you to make the relationship better by just listening to what they got to say. So I think that it should be a point where you get down, you sit down, and you say, hey, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about the likes and the dislikes, and don't make it harsh, and don't turn it into an argument, but make sure you guys are in a mutual agreement of this is what's going to happen. You can make it a point where you respond to it, but make sure it's not in a way of an argument, because um, that's what really hurts a relationship. You want to be able to respond. You want to be able to say what you want to say to your partner, because this is a person that you're going to want to spend your time with when everybody else is gone. So it's a communication in the way that you're able to communicate with your partner that will make it so that you're able to work on things with yourself, and work on things with them. And also with that planning, you should make a day, a movie day, a movie night. Don't make it to where it's like religious, where uh, it's just set and we're just going to do it, but make it so that you guys can plan it out and make it something exciting. Like, don't make it we're always going to go to the movie, or we're always going to go to this restaurant. Make it exciting. Make it exciting for each other. Talk to each other about what they want to do this week, or what you want to do this week, and come to a compromise on, hey, this is what we should do this week. Hey, there's a new movie coming out that I really want to see. Do you want to see it? If you don't want to see it, hey, I really want you to come see it with me. Or hey, we should go here to eat, because I heard this is a new restaurant and they got this going on, and I know you like this, so we should go see about it on this day. And you should make it every week that you have a day that you guys set to where, I know there's kids involved and all, work and everything else, but you guys should always set a day where you're able to actually spend time with each other and talk to each other on a level to where you're actually enjoying being with each other. And a lot of men don't know how to do this, because we think that it's just two things that are involved in this. But as men, I think that we should learn how to be romantic, learn what it is to be romantic, and learn, and actually practice on it with our partner. And don't make it to where they know that you're going to do it. Don't make it a holiday type of thing. You know, I'm just going to do it on Christmas, or I'm going to do it on Valentine's Day, or I'm going to do it on this day. Make it a surprise. You know, make it to where you're able to surprise her. Not just at home, but at work, or take her on, like, plan something to where you're actually surprising her in your actions. The one thing that you don't want to do is stay the same person. You want to reinvent your person, reinvent who you are within the relationship. Because once you become stuck in a person, they're stuck in their ways, and they get tired of that, and you get tired of that. So you're basically just business. You're not even in a relationship. So the more you start to surprise them, and do things on a random time, not like, oh, I'm gonna do it, um every like 9-10 times a month. Just surprise them to make sure that they know, hey, these are the days I was thinking about you, that you didn't even know that I was thinking about you. Be a surprise to them. um, Also try to find, for the older couples, as a newer couple, you are figuring them out. You're trying to figure out what they like, what they don't like, how you can bring them into your world to find out